Hello everyone. Today we will see um, how to get our USB devices to transfer from Windows to WSL. Firstly, we need to see what kind of WSL we have. That WSL should be the WSL 2, which is the mostly when you will install WSL now in Windows 11. As I'm using Windows 11, it will be WSL 2 only. So after installing WSL, and I'm assuming that you have WSL and one is distro installed. So for now I have if I can show, I have Arch Linux installed, and I'm starting my WSL now, and we can see that it has started. So if I do like new fetch, it should work. So you can see that I think we need to increase it a little bit. We have this kernel, Windows kernel, uh, Linux kernel for Windows, so that is for WSL 2, and I'm using Arch Linux on Windows. It is Windows 11, but here it is showing 10. I don't know why. So as you can see that we already have WSL installed it, and I'm using Arch Linux WSL distro. So now uh, what my what do you call what my problem statement here is, like I want to mostly I'll install apps and everything in my Android phone. So the point is, like, I'm not able to transfer USB from my Windows to the what do you call WSL. So if we can open one more terminal, you can see that I don't have ADB installed. ADB is not there. So, but even if I have ADB inside of WSL, I'll not have ADB. So if I run this, even if I had WSL, we will not see any devices here in that case, because this is kind of like a virtual machine, that WSL, which is running on top of Windows, but our Android phone is connected to Windows, not the WSL. So what we need to do is we need to pass the Android device to the WSL for that, in case if we want to do this ADB things. So what we need to do in this case, so I have one app. I'll just install that and I'll show you. So the prerequisite will be the Windows. You will obviously have Windows and WSL to install with a distro. And I'll go to that repository now, and let's download that um, app for Windows. So we have this WSL USB transfer. So with this, what we can do is, like, we can transfer our devices. Let's say this is my Android phone, nothing phone 2. So this Android phone will be passed from Windows to WSL. So all the commands that I'll run in the inside of my Linux in WSL2 will be in effect of this Android phone. So we'll see how to do this. So firstly, we can go to the release page and download the exe file. So if you click on this, it should download, and we'll wait for it to download. And there are some things we need actually for that. The first thing would be, you will obviously have WSL2 and Windows 11 or 10, and you need this what do you call USB IPD. This is kind of like Windows only. This is the actual interface that will be used. So if we can say this coming, and we can download the MSI from here, 64, as we have x86 architecture, not ARM. So we'll click on the second one and it will download. So now we have two files. One is this IPD, which we just downloaded, and you can see that I already have that, but you can install. It's a very short process and it will install. So once that is installed, we don't need this anymore. Now we also download the main file, right? This one, which we downloaded. This is the Windows IPD, USB IPD, and this is our main release file. So this is our actual app for Windows. So this is our exe file which we downloaded recently here. So we will double click and it will open more info. We'll just run anyway, and we will wait for some time. And we can see that we have our app interface. So this is our app. Now we can see that we have some, we need to maximize this, and we can see that we have some device listed, but we don't have our Android device here right now. So let me just put my Android device, let me just plug in my Android device to my computer, and I need to right now it is in charging this device via USB. We need to switch it to file transfer, and once that is done, you can see our device popped up here in normal Windows, and once we refresh we can see that we have our device here. So now once after that, you just need to do the USB debugging connected, that USB debugging option that you need to enable from settings in your Android phone. So if you have other USB like USB normal, USB what you call pen drive or flash drive, that you can directly do it, but this tutorial is mainly for how to get the ADB work on WSL2 from Windows. So now we can click on this attach to WSL, and it will show you some information. This is the bus ID. This same thing you can see here also. Now once you click on yes, and you'll wait for some time, and you can see that your ADB interface is attached to WSL. Now I'm deattaching this. Let me select this and deattach and refresh again, and we have our ADB interface back. Now the point is why to attach it. So basically I told that our device will be transferred from Windows to our WSL2 Linux. So mainly you need to have the WSL open. You can see that I have WSL open here, right? So if I exit here and shut down the WSL, my WSL is not connected anymore. So if I attach it, try to attach here, we can see there is an error that WSL2 distribution, no, there is no WSL distribution 2 running. So that means we don't have the WSL running right now. So we need to again run it. WSL test p arch Linux. If you have Ubuntu, it will be Ubuntu. And WSL is now running. We can see we are in the terminal. So now it will work properly. And you can see that if I attach it right now again, it will not throw any error and it will attach. And let's give it some time. Yeah, there is some issue. Let's refresh. Okay, my device was logged. That was the issue. Now my device is there again. And so make sure your Android phone is not in locked state. It should be unlocked state. Unlocked in the sense like the lock screen should be unlocked. So then you can see the interface. You can refresh, and then you can attach again. And after some seconds, you should see that it is attached. So what this means is you can now actually once it shows attached here, you can access your device from the WSL. So if I clear my terminal here, now once I run ADB devices, previously it was nothing, now there is some error it is showing. So we need to restart this server again. And we can see that it is started. Now again, if I do ADB devices, we can see that our device is connected. So if I go to ADB shell, we can see my phone is my phone's what do you call, the name came here, and we are in the shell right now of my phone. So I can exit from here. I can reboot it to recovery, bootloader, ADB, reboot, recovery. Now recovery will be tough for me. Say bootloader so that I can restart from there. So if I click this, you can see that my device has booted now to bootloader. Now if I refresh, the device will be gone because my device is now shut down and into bootloader. So that's how you will actually you can actually use this application and transfer your USB device to the WSL2. And for now, I have protected some of the interfaces like input devices and Bluetooth and cameras. Camera is still can attach, it seems, but the input devices are mostly blocked or protected because I tried to transfer the um, keyboard that I have, and because of that, what happened was like I was not able to type anything because it was transferred to WSL, and only in WSL I was able to type. So that was a hassle, and so that's how you do it. Make sure your WSL is connected. I mean, your WSL is on. You are inside of WSL. Then you can refresh. You can put your devices back. See, my device rebooted. My Android phone rebooted, and now it is again connected. And if I click, we can see that it is again showing here, and you can attach it again if you want to. So that's how you do it. You can deattach also. So if it is already deattached, it will say it is already not attached. That's how you use this application. Very simple. Once you are done with your things, once you have done ADB whatever, then you can simply detach from your WSL2, and then it will and the what do you call and the power or the interface will go back to the Windows. So you can use your phone in Windows again after that. You can use your phone in Windows. So let's check one thing. I just wanted to see if it is fine. I'm again attaching it to WSL. So now it is attached to WSL. I want to see once it is attached to WSL, you can't see the interface here for the phone because it is not in Windows now. It went to WSL. So once you again detach it, so if I click here and I detach it and refresh, then make sure to once every time you attach or detach, your phone's permission will reset. So make sure to unlock your phone and keep that permission from charging mode to file transfer. So make sure you need to do that. So once you do that, right now it is showing some IDs, but once you do that, it will show your name. So make sure to do that. Unlock your phone, change the status from charging to file transfer, and it will come up after refresh. So once that is done, you can see that your device is again back here, and this is my device, and you can see everything you have in your device. So that's about it, and I've shown you that ADB, you can use ADB inside of WSL, so you don't need to uh, have a dual boot to do any um, development. You can directly use WSL2 and transfer your USB or your phone directly from Windows to WSL2 and do your work here, detach it back, and you have it. So that's about it. Thank you so much.